there's yet another entrant in the small crossover segment. This time around, it's aimed at the young or the young at heart. On this edition of Test Drive, the Hyundai Venue. Just when you think there's no more space for another crossover, Hyundai drops the Venue, the 7th in its lineup. Sitting below the Kona, the Venue is 125mm shorter and it rides on an 80mm shorter wheelbase than its larger sibling. However, it has the same width, so the cabin is more accommodating than the dimensions might suggest. It is, after all, riding on a platform derived from the Accent. Now, for a small crossover, there is a lot of backseat space. Lots of knee room, plenty of space under the front seat for your feet, so the seating position is actually very comfortable. Now, if you go rearward, you've got 355 litres of cargo space with the seats up, and when you fold them flat, and the floor is flat, you end up with 1,148 litres. The Venue arrives with one engine, a 1.6-litre 4 that pushes 121 horsepower and 113 pound-feet of torque through an intelligent variable transmission, which is a CVT by another name, and the front wheels. The engine is remarkably refined even when it's pushed, and it works very well with the transmission. The good news is that unlike so many CVTs, this one uses simulated shifts under hard acceleration, which helps to quell the dreaded drone. Now, if you're looking for a speedy little runabout, this is probably not the right ride for you. This thing takes just over 10 seconds to get to 100k, and that's just with the driver aboard. Now, in fairness, if you select sport mode, this thing does actually feel fairly peppy. The Venue's suspension is basic, with Ferguson struts up front and a twist beam in the back. However, the setup does a good job of absorbing road irregularities while controlling body roll. Through the pylons, it remained commendably flat, and the electric power steering delivered a good sense of what was happening at the front wheels. It is far from sporty, but better than most in the segment when it really is pushed. Now, the cabin of the Venue, especially this Ultimate model, is remarkably upscale. You've got a nice large 8-inch touchscreen that looks after the navigation, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You've also got all the key safety aids, including a drowsy driver monitor. Throw in the seat comfort and the quality of the materials. Now, in fairness, they're not out of an Audi, but for an entry-level ride, they are better than expected. All in all, a very pleasant surprise. Now, if you're looking for some off-road ability, you're barking up the wrong tree with the Venue. The fact it's front-wheel drive only limits it to the likes of a bumpy cottage driveway. The good news is that the urban adventurer, as Hyundai calls the Venue, can assault the local mall in fine style. Now, for a young entry-level buyer, this Venue touches all the right bases. It really did surprise me. Now, it's not perfect because this Ultimate model, pushing $25,000, it cries out for a more powerful engine.